always tell to our team, like, it is not a company, it is a family. Yeah, most of the company founders says that, but we actually follows that, right? People who joined us 3.5 years back, they are still with us, and they carrying the vision which we are holding. It is not only the founders, but also the team members inside. So if you have a great vision, and if you like our vision, and if you want to contribute to that vision, you can join us.
Hello everyone, welcome to Startup Connect by BioPatrika. Today we have with us Ranjith Kumar from Startup Biodimension. Welcome Ranjith to the show.
Thank you, Virender, and hi everyone. Glad to meet via BioPatrika.
So before we start, Ranjith, can you tell us about yourself, your educational background?
Sure, Virender. Like, I'm a trained biotechnologist, and I'm having a master's degree from VIT University, and I have close to 9 years of experience in business development, mainly in international sales and B2B sales. And before starting Biodimension, I worked with companies like Singh International and Anthem Bioscience as a marketing executive come global business development. And I hail from a small village from Tamil Nadu that's close to Kanyakumari. And I did my schoolings and college in Tamil Nadu itself. And yes, I chose biotechnology as my uh, career and passion, and then business development as a now I'm pursuing the business development to become a techno commercial person.
Yeah, thanks. It's good to see biotechnologists working in now diverse fields and even like entering entrepreneurship, starting with your startup Biodimension. So as I can see, so this name is very interesting. So we see
Right,
different dimensions and you have created
right.
biodimension. So can you like shed some light on it?
Definitely. Like, if you look at the logo and the name of the company, so when we brainstormed, like, about this particular idea, that time, like, we really felt like, we are exploring the different dimensions of biology. It is not only 2D, 3D, and other. It is not only that. It is we are exploring the in-depth knowledge in the biodimension in the biology, and that's why we kept, like, exploring the infinite dimensions of biology, and that is biodimension.
Oh, that's great insight, and I'll say a thoughtful process to come to this name. So
Thank you.
maybe our viewers doesn't know that what this biodimension is and what you guys are doing. So, but before knowing that, so can you tell us what was the trigger point for you to leave your full-time job and start this company?
Yeah. So, if you look at the founders, like, we three are classmates before, and especially Manoj and I know each other for past 14 years, and we started, we are done undergraduate together, and we were classmates. During that time itself, like, we always have thought, like, we wanted to build something, that is futuristic, and also it has to be, it has to, remove the dependency on import, right? And it has to be in the biotechnology sector. So we thought that, but that time, like, we don't have an idea, like, we didn't know, like, how the industry works, and what is the what is the solution we want to give, and what is the exact problem lies in the market. We were not aware of it. So what we did is, like, we took a different path. So I chose marketing as my career, and Manoj chose tissue engineering as a career. And yes, Pradeep chose, like, downstream and regulatory as his career. And we three were in different sector, and we equipped our knowledge in that particular sector, in the sector. And one fine day, like, during the Corona time, we got into a call, and we remembered, what we spoke when we were in college days. So we came up with that, and then we brainstormed, like, what exact problem that currently industry is facing, and what is the need, and what is the gap. And that is where, like, after discussing with more than 15 to 20 industry leaders, And after that, only we came to understand that this is the exact problem that needs to be addressed. And that is what this novel alternative methodology that is moving from traditional animal methods to non-animal methods. So we wanted to be the pioneer in that, and yes, we started Biodimension to cater that particular problem.
Yeah, that's quite a story. Three
Yeah,
friends from college moved
right,
into different careers, but now coming together to solve this problem. So
right,
many of us has heard about use of animals in drug testing or development of drugs, and with
right,
time it is being proven that animal testing is not helping in drug development. So many different alternative methods have come up. So, and
right.
your method is one of those methods which could solve this issue of use of animals for drug development. So, can you elaborate more on it? How you guys are doing or using these alternative methods for drug development?
Sure. So drug research and drug testing is like an ocean. Like there are n number of tests being carried out to ensure like the drug is efficient and also it is safe for the human. And as a part of it, they involve laboratory studies and also animal studies before taking to the clinical trial. So what we understood is the regulatory landscape. Not only in India, like there are several different organizations encompassing the pharma companies to move away from traditional animal methods. The reason because the first thing is the relevancy is very less. I won't say it is completely irrelevant. The relevancy is very less. And the second thing is the cost and time to carry out that experiments and other things. And the third major problem is what is the outcome? What is the end point? Right? There are more than 600 tests are being carried out for different type of drugs and different type of mechanism studies, right? And but that can be done outside, that can be done without relying on animals and without relying on simple tests. That is where this particular concept came into picture, the usage of non-animal methodologies or novel alternative methodologies. In 2021, FDA has announced its first statement. So if a company wish to adapt a non-animal methodologies, we are happy to help them and we are happy to approve that. And in that way, there is a company in Israel which taken a novel animal, only NAMs. They didn't use single animals in their drug discovery purpose, and that got approved by the FDA. That's a great move, right? After 2020, there are a lot of things are happening in this novel alternative side, and there are different novel alternatives like organ on chip, bioinformatic computational side, and yes, one more solution is organ on a dish or using reconstructed tissue models. So we all had this thought in our mind, like if human can create brain to a machine, he can create his own organ as well. Why not? The technology is there, and the scientists are there, and the great minds are there. So why it is not possible? If we do the research, whatever we are having inside our body, if we are having it outside, if we test the drugs and if we test the ingredients on that particular organs that is created outside, it would be more relevant. And we can also save millions of dollars and years of time, which the pharma company is spending on this other test, traditional test. So in that aspect, we started and we are going good in that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good to know, and I'm hopeful that you will see more success in coming years. So
definitely.
yeah, as we can see, startup culture in India is now expanding, and people are realizing that it's time to invest in these companies. But how do you see funding availability, or how easily it is available for your startup?
Yes. So when it comes to funding, if it is a deep tech biotech company, definitely a great challenge. If you won't say you have a ready funds available, you do whatever you wanted to do. It is not like that. So we have to build from the scratch. So even if you take a government funding, also even the VC funding, also you need to show something, right? It is not only in the financial side but also in the technology side. So we have to spend at least a year to create the data and create a proof of concept for your technology. And therefore, you can explore a lot of fundings available in the market, starting from DBT's Biotechnology Ignition Grant to SIBRI to BIPP. There are a lot of funding available in the government side, and there are a lot of investors like angel investors, and even our investors, campus angels. So those people are like, uh, you know, scouting for the advanced technologies and supporting these kind of initiatives to take the products into the market. So the funding is available. Only thing is like first and foremost, you have to prove yourself and we have to prove the technology. Then the funding is available and you can make a use of it and you can grow your technology.
Yeah, that's encouraging
Yeah.
that it's available. It's very different scenario
Right.
from maybe 10 years back when it was very difficult to
Right.
get any funding. So for your company, so how do you see the market in India or beyond India?
So when it comes to market, like currently, like our India is 100% import dependent market. So there are companies from US and France are supplying this kind of tissue models or like catering this technology to the Indian pharma companies. So we have the early mover advantage, and thereby we are reducing that import dependency and by creating indigenous products. So let's take an example: the skin models. Skin models are widely used in three different sectors: cosmetic sector, pharma sector, and also in the agricultural insecticide and pesticide chemical companies, right? So they have a different application. So all those companies are currently buying it from the outside India, and the cost is also too high, and the lead time to supply is too high, way too high. So they need a solution, and thereby the market readiness is there for our models, and thereby we did a lot of groundwork to understand the market. So if we can give something reliable, affordable, and in the timely available, we can easily capture the market, and the market is huge also. And one such example is like this liver models, wherever this liver toxicity, hepatotoxicity people wants to find, they can take a use of this liver model. So this liver model alone has a 2 billion market across the globe. So one model has that much potential. So and also this there is a revolving and changing the regulatory landscape, boosting this particular market. So being in India and providing this solution, definitely we have a market advantage and the market readiness is there, and companies are buying this technology and buying this product, and therefore like we can see a multifold increase in the available market as well in future.
Looks like there is a lot of scope, and
Yeah,
yeah, so it looks very like encouraging. So when it comes
yeah.
to scale up, so how do you see like the technologies you are developing can be scaled up to cater, say, large market?
Yes. So here, when it comes to particular tissue engineering thing, so the scale up is possible if we are working on a particular endpoint. So endpoints matters. Like whatever the testing we do, whatever the experiments we do, endpoints matter. So we can scale up not only for one particular endpoint, for even using, for example, like for using the skin model, you can cater for multiple endpoints: irritation, corrosion, phototoxicity, and it goes like that. So developing a methods for each and every model would help us in scaling up the model development and method development also, and also exploring the other complex tissues like liver, heart, and the kidney. That would help us in exploring the widest market. Because as I mentioned, liver has a huge market. In the same way, like heart tissues has a huge market. And because all the drugs has to be tested for three different toxicity, mainly hepato, cardio, and and the kidney toxicity, right? So scaling up the technology into a complex tissue model would give us an added advantage in penetrating the market and also in capturing the market.
Yeah, that's great to know. So, so we talked about the technology, we talked about the scope, how you see future of your company, and how you are planning to like take it a step ahead.
Yes. So if you look at the vision of our company, we vision to be an organ manufacturer, because when we started our company, like we felt like we need to build a technology that could create the functional organs outside the lab. So that was our vision when we started the company, and now also like that's the vision we are holding. And organ manufacturing is not it doesn't take 10 or 50 years of time. It is very nearby, because in the western side, like a lot of research groups, a lot of companies already invested so many money and so many time, so much time in creating this particular concept, like manufacturing organs outside the lab. So we vision to be an organ manufacturer, but currently we are embarked with a mission to replace the traditional methods with efficient uh, platform to screen the drug. So that is how we are. And when I mentioned that the scaling up, so we are moving to complex tissue models. So when it comes to complex tissue models, further we will be refining this technology to create the organs outside the lab. So that is what we are envisioning, and yes, we can able to achieve in near future.
Yeah, that's great vision, and I'm hopeful you will be able to achieve your targets soon.
Thank you,
So,
thank you, thank you.
yeah, so we know that all this comes under some regulations, and how you see regulatory bodies regulating such model systems where we are trying to replace animal models. And do you think you have to create facility which might be audited by certain regulatory bodies?
Yes, so regulations plays a key role. It is not only by approving the methods or approving the endpoints, but also it also says, like, we should have a particular compliance facility to manufacture the model, also to test the formulation, so drug formulation also. So you can look at this OECD and CDSCO, FDA, EMA. These people are keenly watching this particular technologies, like novel alternative methodologies. And there are bodies like ECCWAM, JCCWAM, and ICCWAM, or the bodies that supporting this kind of technology by providing funding also. So in that way, regulation is necessary, and there are policies are being made to ensure this particular technology catering its, you know, delivering its job. So regulatory bodies are there, and yes, the facility also need to be audited, and facilities also need to be in that quality where the pharma companies can rely on. So that these two things are there for the product and also for the infrastructure.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
And it's good that you are aware from start itself because these things uh, like play important role when it comes to execution and finally entering the big markets.
right, correct.
So
Thank you.
So coming from company or startup to a personal level, so how you see like work-life balance, working in a 9 to 5 job versus in your own startup?
Yeah. So I always have this principle. It is not about the time. It is about the task, and it is about the work what we are doing. So some work can take 12 hours of your time in a day, and some work takes just an half an hour in your day, right? But what work we are doing is most important, because running a company, running a startup, many people have this kind of things, like, you should work for 20 hours in a day. You should have only 4 hours of sleep, and you have to efficiently do the work. Nothing. You manage your time, and you can manage your work life balance, because everything is interconnected. If your personal life is bad, then you can't concentrate on your professional life. And if your professional life is bad, then you can't be happy in your personal life. So that particular balance we can bring only by managing the time efficiently. And I would say, like, focus. If you're starting your day, focus on segregating the work. Segregate this work is most important, and you need to do it first immediately. When I say the work, it is both personal and also the professional. Don't allocate, like, 9 to 5 only I will do the professional work. After that I'm gonna focus on personal. Nothing like that. You can focus on your personal work in between also, right? So that is the difference I'm seeing from the 9 to 5 job and the running in a startup. So you can manage your work life balance efficiently than that, and at the same time you can manage your professional life efficiently than your 9 to 5 job. So that is my view on that.
Yeah, I'll say it's
Because
like
9 to 5, yeah.
yeah, it's a good vision, and I'll say great way to balance your professional and personal life because
Personal,
unlike
yeah.
past time where it used to be a separate time for professional work, separate time for personal
Right,
work, now everything is sort of integrated. So you have to
right,
parallelly manage both, and it's good
exactly.
you are doing that well. So.
And even we are culturing the same in our team also. So if any of our team member has any kind of personal work in between, we'll tell them first go and finish it, right? Because you know what priority you have to take, right? And we say like, if you want to finish it and come and do the work. Why it has to be? You have to be here till that 5 o'clock. Whatever the professional work you have to complete in that 5 o'clock. You can come on after 5 o'clock also. You can do the work. You can finish. Go home happily. That's what we say to our people also.
Yeah, that's great vision. So since you touched upon team and team members, uh,
Mhm.
in future you might be recruiting more team members. So how you
Yeah,
pitch your company to people who might be looking for jobs, who might be like doing PhDs but exploring startups instead of companies. How you'll say or encourage them to like join your startup?
yeah. So we always tell to our team like, it is not a company, it is a family. Yeah, most of the company founders says that, but we actually follows that, right? People who joined us 3.5 years back, they are still with us, and they carrying the vision which we are holding. It is not only the founders but also the team members inside. So if you have a great vision and if you like our vision and if you want to contribute to that vision, you can join us. That is what actually required. Your technical knowledge can be sharpened here, and your other skills can be sharpened here. But what we required is whether you are aligning with our vision, whether you feel confident that you can contribute to our vision. So that is what we mainly see at our people. So if they are not aligning to our vision, then we'll sit with them and we'll ask, what is your plan? What is your, and then we'll help them to get into it. It is not like you joined us, you have to work for us without any commitment. You have to work. It is not like that. If you feel you can commit to the vision, you can sit with us and you can work with us. Otherwise, we'll help you to find to get into your passion thing. That's what we do. That is main point we discuss with whenever we interview people. Whether you like the vision, whether you think it is achievable, whether you can able to contribute to that vision, we are happy to have you on our team.
Yeah, yeah, good to know, good to know. And I know that people like this ideology now rather than just straightforward talking about technology or technical knowledge.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
So
right.
so I think at the end, I like to know your message for people who might be thinking about starting their own company, and what do you think they should have in mind before taking that
Yeah,
step?
exactly. So first, tell the message for the student who is currently pursuing undergraduates or postgraduates or who doing PhD. Right? So we are living in the sandbox. Like if you complete any of your degree, you have to get into a job, right? Then only you can, you can be, you can settle with your life. It is not like that. So 4 years or 5 years, the 3 years you're spending in the college to learn something. Always add plus one to your plan, and that 1 year after finishing your college, try to work on certain technology or try to work on certain solution. That experience you won't get it anywhere else. So try to work the things out on your own, and then you can realize that experience is unmatchable. So always, if you're doing engineering, 4 plus 1, and that one for pursuing your thing on a startup or like the technology which you are interested in. So I always tell that to the students and people who are working somewhere. It always like they are worried about their EMIs and their commitments. So I would like to take a personal example. I'm the breadwinner of the family and I have EMIs 60% of what I'm earning, right? So I cannot leave my job and I cannot take a risk in my side, right? But I took it because I have a confidence in me and I have confidence in my team and I have confidence in my product. I took that risk and yes, and I made it. If I can make it, then yes, you guys can also make it. So EMIs and commitments are not the problem. So only thing is like your actual commitment to your goal is matter. If we can do it, definitely everything is possible. So there's two messages I want to give to two different sect of people.
Yeah, thanks, Ranjit. I'll say like you have a clear vision for your company, you have clear thoughts personally as well, because both of these matters when you are
Right,
like running a company, when you are taking care of a team, family. So it's good to see you taking care of all the small matters and with great vision. So uh, I'm hopeful your startup Biodimensions will reach different dimensions and will be able to see your services and products in market soon, being taken up by big pharma companies and even MNCs. So thanks a lot for joining us, and I'm hopeful that people will reach out to you if they have any question.
So thank you, Virender, and thank you, BioPatrika, for having this thought, interviewing the people who was doing this kind of startup things and helping the other people to carry out that particular passion. Yeah. Thank you, Virender, and thank you for your time. And I wish to make a request to audience: try something new in your life, and you won't regret it.